What's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of QuickMail.io.
And this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesbread.com. Today we got a Teardown.
Almost.
Perfect.
How was it? Was it good?
No, but yes. Okay, so yeah, we've got 3 different cold emails to review today. We've got one first step and a follow-up, and then one new first step, right?
Yeah, and we're going to try to improve them.
Yeah. We'll spend some time messing with them. And I think one almost maybe got Jeremy's reply. We will find out. Yeah, but for now, a quick word from our sponsors. I'll kick things off. Today, most B2B companies, even the best ones, lack the time or expertise to turn those cold prospects into qualified leads. So at salesbread.com, we'll bring you 1 lead per day using ultra-personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages. And head over to salesbread.com/contact to get in touch.
Brilliant. Do that. And if you want a good tool for doing your cold outreach by email, do not hesitate to give QuickMail a go. We have great deliverability, quickmail.io. Give the trial a go.
Simple enough. Okay, so let's do some screen sharing, Jeremy.
Yeah, shall we?
And dive in. Here is Teardown email numero 1. Okay, subject reads, team travel at QuickMail.
Hold on a second. Before we read that, I'll give a little bit of context to the listeners. It was a couple of days back when I received this email, and that very same day, we decided to set the dates for our team retreat. So we're all working remotely at QuickMail, and then once a year, we'd like to fly everyone together and then have some time spending a week together, just getting a bit better dynamic or whatever, speaking, having a bit of fun after a hard year of working. And so this email arrived in my inbox on the evening.
Timing is everything, as we shall see here. Subject reads, team travel at QuickMail. Hi, Jeremy. I saw you hire remote talent. Do you plan to bring the team together at some point? I believe we can help with that at company website URL. We work on team travel for companies like Hotjar, Graph CMS, Apiax, and others. Is this something we could discuss? ? More info in the meantime at how it works URL, best founder and CEO signature. Okay.
What's your take? What do you take?
Interesting transition here. Do you plan to bring the team together at some point? I believe we can help with that. I thought they should have said, like, usually it says if so. So it's weird. It's like they're asking, but then they assume it. So that was reaction 1. And then reaction 2, Jeremy, is I almost feel like this is the PS and this is the email. But maybe we could get more into that after you share your reaction.
So for the listeners, what do you think is a PS? I believe we can help.
Yeah, so check it out. So it says, I could see this being like, hi, Jeremy, I saw that you hire remote talent. Do you plan to bring the team together at some point? And then let me mess with it. I'm going to just butcher it.
Yeah, go for it.
Humor me for a second.
Of course.
It's weird because I haven't heard your notes, but this is just my first reaction.
Who cares about
Yeah, there you go. So it's like, I'm asking, or to be transparent, or I'm asking, let's try this junk thing, because at and then I don't know, I'm like thinking
so that could work too. I'm not necessarily opposed to what they did. I think they did it pretty well with the intro,
back it up.
Value, authority, and I don't know, you killed it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, hold on, no worries, let me back it up.
The more info, and then they give you like an ability to check it out on your own. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good one. And this is funny because it was extremely timely, personalization didn't matter to me. Like, if they would have come and say, "Hey, Jeremy, it's awesome what you're doing with your team. Really love your culture. Have you ever thought of, bringing them all together?" It's like, I don't think that would have been any better personally, right? Do you see where
Sure.
I'm going at?
Yeah, I mean, they were on the money with the offer and the timing. That's it.
So
Yeah.
that's a way of communicating that I
Yeah.
really like. There's a few things I don't like for. Like, I'm not a fan of I believe. It's like, why would I care what you believe? Like,
So
I don't care.
let's try something.
Hmm.
I'm removing I believe that we can help with that, and it just says at company we work on team trial for
Oh,
companies like
I'm okay with if you scrap. Like, we can help with that. That's fine. We can help with that.
I
But the I
understand.
believe I don't like. It's like, I don't care what you believe in, right? It's like, why would I care? I got enough on
Well,
my plate to have to care about what some stranger believe in,
sure.
right? But
It
if you say we
it
can help
still
with that,
reads. Hmm. I don't love the transition, so it's a little like blocky, but whatever. That's we're not
it
writing the
so
next great
works.
novel. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe you are.
Um,
Who knows? I'm
hmm
sure.
Now,
I'm sure Joel Carton didn't know that his letter will still be read to this day, right? When he wrote it in,
exactly. Yeah, fair
who knows
point.
how many years ago.
So then, why didn't you reply? I'm assuming you didn't because we have a follow up.
Uh, just because you told me before we hit record, like, why would people need that service, right? It's just like, you just fly a bunch of, and so I kind of like had that already in my mind. Like, it's like, I don't necessarily see the value. So it's interesting, we both reacted the same way. So an opportunity for me would be, if I knew that and I was in shoes, I think an opportunity for that will be with the follow up to actually really emphasize, you know, what are all the things that they can help with that actually are not hard to do, but takes a lot of time and are consuming, and some of the horror stories maybe, or some other stuff, right?
Yeah. I wonder too, Jeremy, if they knew, oh, a common objection is teams may not feel that they need it because look, again, let's overly simplify it. I'm going to leave out a lot of activities that this company performs, but you pick a city, you pick a hotel, you get some flights, your team's there, and you take care of the rest. Kind of, but it would be pretty cool for me if, like you said, the follow up mentioned that you know we we've got a lot of deals or connections with
Mm-mm-mm.
places that you'd want to be, and actually companies that use us end up saving some
Or
money
proven,
without.
either money saving, that's a good one, or even
Yeah.
proven location to be like a no hassle or like a success,
Mm,
guaranteed success type of thing. Like,
hmm.
you won't have like the Wi-Fi breaking down or some, other
Yeah.
horror story that could come.
Fair enough. But okay,
Depends.
so I do like that note for the follow up, and we're going to get to that shortly. But do you have any other notes on this first touch that could have made a little bit punchier, a little bit? Mm,
So before criticizing, I'll say like a thumbs up. Like, it's really cool the company they give. They're actually a pretty big company. Immediately put them in a league like, okay, man, they're serious, right? One what they could have done that would have been way more powerful is in brackets how many people, how big their team is. Because sure, I know Hotjar by name, but I don't know, is it 500? Is it 200? Is it 30? Is it
yeah.
600?
I mean,
That'd be helpful.
Reddit is like 20 something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah, exactly. So it'd be
uh
nice to know. And the other thing maybe and that could be like another interesting thing is, I'm located in Europe, so they may have some regional stuff that could be actually more powerful than others, right? So I don't know,
mhm.
like something like PS, that would be a cool PS. Oh, that could be a PS personalized. That is, PS for companies in your region. Here are the top three, location that people really enjoy, or whatever, like are proven to be
Yeah.
really great for remote teams.
I want to nerd out on list building for a moment before we move on, Jeremy.
Okay.
I saw that you hire remote talent. How did they know you hire remote talent?
I don't know. We work
It,
remotely, a job board, whatever, right?
um, okay, okay. So then if I'm not going to, but like if I Googled the keyword remote and quick mail, is it possible that I'd see a job posting with those
It's likely.
keywords?
Yeah, it's likely. Totally. Even on our
Maybe that's what
on
they
our
did.
own website. But the interesting point I want to make to everyone is that if this was, I saw that you're hiring remote talent, we are providing Ruby developer, whatever, it'll be just going to the trash like the hundreds of other offers I got about this. So this one was unique, and this is why it made me stop and pause, right? So the service is not something that I get bombarded every day with, right? And because they back it up with already very big company, it's like, okay, they're serious. They're like, so that's what goes in my head. So I
Love
think I
that.
did
Okay.
well for the interruption
Help.
pattern.
Then last question from me. What was your reaction when it said more info in the meantime at? Talk to me about that. You ain't gonna click that.
It wasn't that interesting to me, right? Because I think I wasn't really at that stage where it's lazy. It's lazy and it's sloppy, right? You don't say to your prospect, like, if you want more information, well, just check it out yourself, right? It's like, hey, I'm sorry, but you come in my inbox to sort of like, interrupt me. The least you can do is put a little bit of effort into trying to summary exactly, instead of me having to go to the website and search things. So I think that doesn't work. If you want something like that, I'll put it as a signature. That's fine. Signature, like, I don't know how it works.
Tube in bed
URL.
or something.
That's fine, but don't put it as a line. I think it makes you look a bit lazy.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I'm ready to move on. You?
All right, we should probably jam the whole day on this, but yeah.
I know, but we shouldn't. All right, here's the follow-up from Martin here. Subject is they just did actually, team travel at quick mail. It said my email about team travel.
Yeah, regarding my email about team
travel. Yeah, but usually comes from like an auto step. Right. Interesting. Okay, we'll visit that.
You can do that
for
in quick
sure.
mail. You just need to change the subject line of the second touch.
Right. Okay. Cool. So it says, hi, Jeremy. Let me know if this isn't relevant, but I really think we can be of help here. We've just released a few new case studies at, and then there's the entire URL, including the HTTPS with testimonials. It says, in a nutshell, teams that use Next Retreat save estimated 100 hours of planning time and up to 25% of costs. Okay, well, that's kind of what we had mentioned earlier. I'd love to tell you more. Let's talk. All right.
It's funny, I forgot to remove the the actual text.
That's probably fine. Shout out. Okay, so let's start from the top. Subject, a little different than we usually see. Did you like it?
No.
Was it manipulative or deceptive?
It's like, why do you spend time, changing the subject line? Was the first subject line not good? Like, I really see no benefit, no value in doing this. So I don't know why has
because it was a reply. It was the same thread.
Yeah, exactly, it's the same thing, same thread, some a reply.
Okay.
There's nothing really new in that subject line. So what the hell? Just leave the normal behavior.
I just wonder, Jeremy. It's like you see this a lot. Kind of an intro that's disarming, right? Like, hey, I could be way off base here. Let me know if this isn't relevant, but I really think we can be of help here. What's good about that? Let's start there. What's good about that?
I actually don't like it personally. Like, let me know if this
is relevant. I know.
It's like, it's selfish. You start with something that is for you, instead of for me. So
if it's said instead.
But I do like.
What about
what's the other option you said? Not let me know, but the other one is
like I may be off base here.
I prefer that because then you're coming humble and non-assuming, right? The other one is let me know. It's a laziness, selfishness. So that's the theme here that I don't like.
Okay, so let's try that. Right. Well, I think if you can word it so that there's a bit of a human element, you're on the right track. And then if you can try this out, it would require some more work. But if it said, I could be off base here, I could be way off here, Jeremy, but since you've got 15 team members in Europe and Asia, I think we can be of help here. Then, all right, let's see why. You've kind of backed up why you can be of help here. Now, the only new note is you had mentioned that you're not so much of a fan of saying I believe. So let's change. I think we can be of help to. This may make QuickMail's next team travel a lot nicer, a lot whatever. Right, that'd be better.
Or it could, it could be like I may be off base, but if you don't have anyone dedicated to doing that, it may be resource allocated the wrong way, or it
That's
could be,
cool.
extra resources that could be allocated to keeping growing QuickMail
Super cool.
instead. That will probably
Yeah,
be a better reframing, because usually that's what happens when small teams, someone get dedicated to do that instead of maybe some other
there
work
you
that
go.
may be more valuable. So that will be probably an angle I will try at this stage.
Okay, love it. And then moving on here, I love the rest of the message.
We just released a new
Well,
case study.
let's slow down because the call to action I wouldn't write, but I do like how they shared case studies and then broke that down into the, like, let's say the mini case study version where it's like save 100 hours and 25% of costs. It's like, all right, now that objection may be starting to fall apart. And I like that. I like how they did that in 2 lines.
They need to back it up, right? So because it's so easy now to say like, hey, we're saving, we're doing like 200, like it's so easy to throw a number nowadays. So I would have loved to see it more specific. That is, we could save you around 20% on accommodation, plus 5% on transport, or like some of the stuff that really will make me more believing than just like a random ass number
That's pretty
for
cool.
a global study that
Right.
I don't know. Like,
And what's interesting, Jeremy, is you didn't say 25 was too much of a round number to take seriously. It is, but that's what you focused on instead was 25% of cost is too broad.
yeah,
25% of hotel and airfare becomes more tangible, i.e. believable.
exactly.
So take
Plus,
away
bear in mind the first number is
granular.
approximately 100 hours. This is a random ass number, right?
Yeah,
This is
you're
like a
right.
number
You're
put
right.
out of nowhere. So, what are the chances I'm going to believe the 25% next? All right.
That's pretty cool. Let me just, gosh, I'd be tempted if this was my
Mhm.
client, I'd go here, I'd look at each testimonial, and instead of saying teams that use, I might say when GitHub used us to plan their Hawaii retreat, they
Better.
saved
Oh man, it's
76 hours
brilliant.
and
Brilliant.
$9,600 on the hotel alone. Bam, that's cool.
Exactly.
Right.
That's brilliant.
And then I'd love to tell you more is like me centered. That's good for Martin, but
That's
I
right.
I almost like just saying like, I don't know, let's talk, whatever, or is this on your radar? Is it planning a trip, priorities,
Yeah.
things like that
Now,
would be better.
you know what I will do is I'll say like, now COVID is away. Do you plan on resuming, or doing a
Oh,
team retreat? That's more of that stuff, right? I will say like I will link it to probably an event that makes sense as to why I'm contacting now as well.
right,
Like, now
right.
COVID is the COVID situation is getting better. You're probably thinking of resuming, team retreats. Let me know if this is right. Well, I don't like to let me know
Pretty cool.
because we don't
No, no, that's good. That's better.
start doing that.
Okay, I really like these points, Jeremy. I think we did justice to these 2 messages. Got anything else? We've got one more.
Let me think quickly. So Martin, if you're listening to this episode, I will say a little bit less self-centered and probably a bit more specific and tailored to whoever you're contacting. And I think that's great stuff, right?
And whoever built your list, I think they did a good job because QuickMail is in this team travel mode. That's a good sign that the list has
I
the
would
right
personally
people on there.
do look at the job offers and see if there is a team retreat, because this is obviously a perk that
Uh,
company will put in, right? So that could be an easy way to
wow,
build the list that way.
smart.
Mhm.
Okay, we got
But you
one more to go. Let's check it out.
actually, I'll say one more things about the list building and the personalization you could do at that point, and that would have been like an absolute, like this time I would have replied straight away. Is in our perks we say one team retreat usually in Japan, right? So if you would have tied it up to this and say, um, PS, we also organized 3 other, team retreat in Japan. I'd be happy to brainstorm with you, or how we could help for your next one in Japan. Then I'd be like, man, this guy's good. I want to talk to
Let's
him.
have a chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% simple, right? Because then it would have
Wow.
been impossible to ignore, basically.
That's genius, Jeremy. So essentially, scrape job postings for remote things that mention the words retreat. Come on.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
usually if you go at, company/team or
Wow.
whatever, you will find their previous, or jobs or whatever, you will find their previous years where they've been. So you should also know roughly where they're going. Maybe they're going to Spain, maybe they're going to whatever, and then you could use that. But obviously that will require a little bit more work, I would say. But anyway, my one was easy with Japan. Really, it would have been a no-brainer.
That's so smart. No, I love that. I mean, from a list building perspective and personalizing, that's a home run. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
And the rest of the email doesn't really need to matter that much because it's perfect list and so on the money. They could have said like, I'm a monster, but I do this. You probably still would have, you know what I mean?
You still want to know.
All right, cool. Let's check out the last message.
Yeah,
Last
let's do it.
email. All right, cool. All right, bear with me. Wall of text alert, but you'll see in a moment why I think it's
worth talking.
So it should be it should be a really fun chat on here. So subject is company and the company that's sending this. Okay, I did some blurring. It says, hi, name. Thought you'd be the best person to talk about the sales tools and processes you have in place. I'm with my company, and we work with tech companies to help accelerate their team's performance, keep pipeline data clean, and boost revenue with a simple yet robust CRM platform. Do you currently have anything like this in place? Here's an example of how we helped example company increase their book sales meetings by 180% in the first month of implementation. It looks like company could benefit from our solution like other companies have. I'd like to learn more to see if your company could be a good fit. Do you have a few minutes today or next week for a call to discuss? Okay. Now, right here, it's a busy, probably low performing cold email. But Jeremy, I want to show you something here. This is fun. And for those just listening to audio, I'm just chunking out each paragraph that I read into its own cold email, and I'm not going to change a thing. And you tell me if this is taking one email into an entire sequence here. Yeah, isn't that okay?
Man, that's brilliant. Oh, genius.
Is that funny?
Yeah, it is. Brilliant. So how does that read? Let's say the first email. It'll be like you haven't changed anything. That's brilliant. Absolutely love it. The second one could come 4 hours after,
All right, check it out. So it's, hi, Jeremy. Thought you'd be the best person to talk about the sales tools and processes you have in place. I'm with my company, and we work with tech companies to help accelerate their team's performance, keep pipeline data clean, and boost revenue with a simple yet robust CRM platform. Do you currently have anything like this in place?
That's the first email. That's good. That's not too bad. It's a qualifying email. I love those.
Yeah, and then the next step comes to say 4 hours later. Here's an example of how we helped example company increase their book sales meetings by 180% in their first month of implementation. Done. That's it. Hyperlink. Done. And then the last one, maybe 3 days later, looks like QuickMail could benefit from our solution like others have. I'd like to learn more and see if we're a good fit for the team. Do you have a few minutes today next week to discuss? Come on.
Man, this is brilliant. How did you come up with this one? This was like
to be honest, this theme comes around a lot. This should be chunked in, but I've never seen a single cold email that could most easily be chunked into an entire 3-part series. And I had to do a teardown with this with you today. So much better though, right?
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's really good. It's actually workable. Man, I'm speechless.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, this is gold. I mean, pretty cool. Okay, so the takeaway though is you're probably putting too much in one cold email, right?
If you do, just cut it in 3 parts, and you got it.
All right, but then let me play devil's advocate. Someone's listening, watching, and they say, Jack and Jeremy, what do you mean? The second email right here doesn't even have a call to action.
The funny thing, this is my preferred one.
Okay.
Because it just comes on an afterthought. And I think that's really powerful, the afterthought. This is the typical 4 hours later, 3 hours later, whatever. It's like, oh, forgot to add that.
Now, notice if it was sent a week later, it'd be out of place and missing something. But like a quick follow-up, a few hours, and this is the afterthought. I love that. It really like gets to the heart of, oh, it looks like someone just like sent a follow-up that they forgot to include. Pretty cool.
Love it.
That's it.
And of course, the first email could be rewarded, could be changed a little bit and so on, but the structure is perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing to say.
By the way, do you currently have anything like this in place? Is a neat call to action.
I like it because it's a filtering email, especially when you're not getting much replies. This could be actually an interesting one. Another one would be around the same line, more positioning with problem oriented. Like, is that, instead of saying like you have something like this in place, is like, is something like that causing problem at your company? Or like, is that something that you want to address at your company, or something more positioned toward, we may have a solution for you if you have a problem.
I love that. All right. That's that for me on this. And unless you don't have any other notes on this, I think we did a pretty decent podcast on the teardown. What do you got?
Indulge me. Can we actually go to the first email and see if we can cut it in 3?
Okay. Okay, sure. Here we go.
Oh, but that's it. It works.
Oh my God. So watch here. We're going to have to get slightly more crafty here. Let's try something.
Well, no. Just change the last one and the second one, and then that's it. It works.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah, kind of like this, right?
Yeah, it works.
Oh, yeah. So maybe as a really fun A/B test, fun being you're probably going to get good results from it. Take your first email and see if you can cut it into 2, maybe even 3 different cold emails in the same series, and see what it does to your response rates.
I'd be curious to see if this performs better or not. Damn, I kind of want to know it. So
yeah, pretty fun. Well, if you're listening and you wrote this, give it a go and get back to us at podcast@quickmail.io. Yeah, share your findings.
And if you want more things like that, you can go course.quickmail.io. This is where we actually put all the good stuff, or more good stuff actually than just the podcast. So this is the follow-up. Sorry, go ahead.
The proverbial tip of the iceberg is the podcast. But yeah, for the deep dive, check out course.quickmail.io, like Jeremy said. If you're really wanting to take a serious deep dive and crash course, if you will, on cold email copywriting, that's it. Comes with a guarantee that makes it obvious. Yeah.
Or if you want someone in your team to do cold outreach and you don't have time to train them, or find someone who's really good at it, you can just offer them the course.
Well said, my friend. Okay, Jeremy, thank you. Fun teardown today.
Jack, it's been a blast.
Catch you later.
Bye.